Welcome back, guys. Today we're going through the AK704. This is on the ROPS model. First and foremost, safety first. Always have the safety braces in place and always have the handbrake on, the on position. Okay, we'll start up the front as we always do. Battery right up the front here. Okay, we've got your air filter above. The vacuum gauge that is on all our tractors is located right here. You need to keep that in the green, guys. Moving back from that, we're moving up to the radiator cap. Never open whilst it's hot. Always check while cold, keeping full at all times. Moving behind that, we have the power steering reservoir, which takes universal farm oil, the same oil that the engine and the hydraulics uses. Moving below that, we have the alternator, and below that we have your power steering pump. Behind that we have the hydraulic pump. Behind that your starter motor, which you'll never need to worry about. Just below right here we have the isolator switch, turning it off. When you're not using the tractor, I recommend you do turn that off. Okay, we'll move around to the other side, guys, so we can see the filling points. Okay, we'll move around here, guys. We've got your two filling points. We've marked them both for you. I recommend using the lower one. A lot less mess to be made down here rather than trying to tip it up the top there. So moving behind that, we have the dipstick. As always on the AgKing tractors, they're all painted orange, nice and easy to get to. Moving behind that, we have the oil filter. In front of the oil filter down low, we have the second fuel filter. And moving up to the one that I have my hand on here, that's your primary fuel filter. Keeping your engine's fuel clean is essential to the operation of the tractor. Clean fuel, clean air, better running tractor. Using less fuel is a better thing for use. Okay, we've got the big fuel tank here just on your left hand side, sorry, when you're sitting on the tractor. Nice big plastic tank. Okay, we'll move around the back now, guys. Go to the filling points up there. Once again, we're going to go through the rear reservoir. So this is an expansion reservoir, so this is not needed to be full of oil. This is so that when you are using your rear remotes, that the tractor can absorb some oil. Your tractor only ever needs the oil to be halfway up the plastic hose with the fell on the ground. Obviously it's not there at the moment because our fell is up in the air. Okay, so that's how you fill your hydraulic oil, is through the orange one up the top, which is your universal farm oil. Okay, and to check that is a visual check through the hose. Then moving below that, we have your rear end and your gearbox, which is checked by dipstick. Once again, it's painted orange. Okay, that's the dipstick to check that. Moving around just behind, we have the filling point for the same dipstick. That's your gear oil for your rear end and your gearbox. And just below, on your left hand side, we've got your hydraulic filter, which we recommend getting changed at all service intervals. Okay, on this one, you see we've got our top hitch, we've got our PTO shaft. It's always a good idea to keep that one lubed, guys. We'll move up onto the tractor and I'll show you some of the functions. Okay guys, AK704 ROPS on the inside, on the top, however you'd like to talk it. We'll start with the simple stuff at the start. Key disc down here to your right hand side. Okay, and then also your fuel shut off. Fuel ready to go, shut off. To run the tractor, it always needs to be in. Okay, moving above that, we have our shuttle shift. Now it is essential for the operation of the gearbox for the gear sticks, which we have over here on our right hand side, our low, our medium, our high, our first, our second, our third and our fourth. Now you need to get that in the gear you would like to use before you try to put the shuttle shift in. One, the tractor will love you for it and it will be a lot smoother operation. Okay, now when we're coming into the sitting position, on your left hand side, red button is the handbrake. Okay, and then on the right hand side is the PTO handbrake. Only on the 70 horsepower tractor, PTO handbrake. Okay, so when you're using the PTO handbrake is off. When you're not wanting to use it, that will slow your slasher down until it stops. Okay, I'll move that back down. Okay, here we have the 3-point linkage control, nice and comfortable, right down beside your seat for easy use. Okay, moving up from that, we have our rear remote controls. So closest one to you is the closest one to you on the back of the tractor. So you have your left hand side and your right hand side. Moving on to the left hand side again, we've got our PDO stick. 540 is backwards, 760 is forwards. So you can only use 540 on any of the utensils purchased from AgKing. None of our implements are designed to run on 760, and you will damage them if you do. Okay. Moving down now from there, just beside my left foot is our four-wheel drive. As on all of our tractors, sharp, short burst pulling up. Obviously, while the tractor is running, you may need to creep this forward to get it to engage properly, or it will just fall out. Then it's nice push down. Once you're finished, you may need to put this tractor in reverse to take the load off the four-wheel drive to disengage. Now, while we're down on the floor, we've got our diff lock. So just use your heel, push down to the floor. Now that diff lock is engaged. Whilst I move forward, I need to keep my foot on the diff lock to keep it engaged. When I want to disengage it, I release my foot, keep driving, and the tractor will push it back up all by itself and it will disengage. Okay, then just as we're down there near the pedals, we've got your accelerator pedal, nice and easy. And just above that is your hand throttle, if you would choose to use the hand throttle rather than the foot throttle. Nice and easy mechanism. So these two share themselves, so if you want to use that, use the bottom pedal to help it. The tractor will love you for it. In the AK704 ROPS model, we have a different control bank to operate the front end loader. So we have one stick for the up, down and the crowd motion, and then one stick for the 4-in-1. Nice and easy to use, great design, hardy for the Queensland elements. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in again. We're just finishing up on the run through on the AK704 ROPS. Any questions, we're more than happy to answer. Give us a call at AgKing Tractors.